Hi everyone, welcome back to Anita's Joint, hashtag Extendajoint, where every day is payday, baby. You tuned in to another video. So this is the recap for Real Madrid versus Madrid CFF. And this match was not the best match coming out of the break for the ladies, particularly Real Madrid. It was good to see, Linda back and the players that when I watched them last year, I think it was in the Champions League when they either played, I think they played Paris. They played Paris. I think maybe the last match of the Champions League. Not the last match, but it was I think it was a Champions League match that I watched, Real Madrid. And Madrid. They're coming into this match day 13. It was Madrid in fourth place, Real Madrid in fourth place, and the Madrid team in fifth place. They were level on points, and I was like, okay, after this match, they're gonna play Barca, but I ended up seeing that there's gonna be another match that they play before they play Barcelona, and the match. It was 0-0 until the 90th minute, and actually it wasn't even Real Madrid that scored. It was Madrid that ended up getting the first goal. All the goals were scored in the 90th minute, and we've been talking, especially because when I go live on Twitch and I stream, we be talking about Real Madrid, Manchester United, and how these are the teams that were created later. But I have been telling y'all, it's like, no more excuses for the teams that have been created later, especially Real Madrid, United. It wasn't a great match at all. I felt the chemistry, it was bad. And I remember watching, we were watching the match, and it went over to the manager, right? And his aura was not great, and I could tell. And it's not like he didn't look like mean, or he didn't look like he was, a bad person. How can you tell who's a bad person? Especially, the devil wears Prada. But he didn't look like anything like wrong with him. I just felt like his aura was a little too stiff, a little too tough, a little too buttoned up. And funny, when we ended up at halftime, we went, because they showed the video on YouTube, so I ended up going, I like to look at what the collective is talking about when it comes to the matches. And so there was a comment, I gotta figure out if I can post that comment, and it said that a lot of the players don't want to play for this guy. And I'm not saying that that's what it is, but that's what I got from the aura. Like, he may be a little too uptight for this young group of Real Madrid ladies that are there. And a lot of people have a lot of criticism about the Real Madrid team. They do look like a young team. And now that they have World Cup champions on the team, and I do that in quotations because it's like, how influential were the Real Madrid players that did go to the World Cup compared to the Barcelona players and other players that got called up to go to the World Cup? How influential were they? Especially every time we see Real Madrid and Barcelona play, they're getting whooped upside the head, right? So I know when I saw Real Madrid play Manchester United, they beat them twice.
Manchester City.
Yes, here we go. In the Champions League. But they had the girl Caroline Weir, right? They had the girl Caroline Weir. Shout out to her. When Caroline went down, in my opinion, that was Madrid's season. Like, I could not see this Madrid team beating a Barcelona without a Caroline Weir. Caroline Weir is a very, very special player, y'all. She's a very, very special. I know. I got to see her play for City for a long, long time. Yeah, for a long time. Caroline's a great player. And so what ended up happening is we got 2 goals late in the stoppage time. There was like plus 6 minutes in extra time, and Real Madrid ended up scoring 2 goals. It wasn't, like I said, for me, it wasn't a great match. Madrid are supposed to play good. Real Madrid are supposed to play good for the 90th minute, for the 90 minutes. And if then they can't still score, okay. But the late goals, it was a little too riggy at the end for me. A lot of people in the comment section were like, you know, the referee, you know, the time was already up. I already kind of had a feeling once Madrid scored, there were going to be more time, and 6 minutes was enough time. And let me not say, Real Madrid they had some chances. I think Olga hit the post a couple, like 1 or 2 times. They had some chances, but never a clear chance. What I did enjoy is I got to see they need to change some things, especially if they're going to have Olga and Salcedo on the same side. They got to figure out how to develop chemistry. And Athena, she has to continue to, you know, be aggressive and go for goal, you know, and consistently just attack the fullback, the fullbacks. And I think she's a special player. I like Athena. I would like her to come play for City, but particularly I would like Linda to come before if I was to get anybody from the Real Madrid team, I would prefer Linda to come to City first, because she's a midfield player. She is creative, and you can just tell that she's a very good player, and she's going to develop into a really good player. And I know someone had commented about, because I did the Barcelona and the Levante recap. Someone had commented about Vicky. Someone commented about Vicky and about her being famous, because I didn't know who Vicky was, right? But my reaction to that is, it's not about being famous. It's not about being famous. It's when it comes to football, it's about being a good player. It's about being able to influence your team in a great way consistently, being able to help the team win games consistently. It's not about being known, in my opinion. Your football playing style, your football quality will allow you to become known. So I don't think players are going out here, like, that's the thing. The shadow government is programming a lot of the people that don't know how to think for themselves about what a good football player is and what a bad football player is, especially when we see these FIFA Pro, who's the best. And I'm gonna have to get that picture that I found on Twitch, on X, because someone had put a map of the world and the players that are only getting highlighted because of from some weird stuff that the shadow government is trying to program us with. It's so weird that we have leagues in Europe that are not competitive, but those are the same players that are getting famous. You know, but the leagues they're playing in are not competitive, and that may be a an unfavorable opinion to people, but that's just the reality, especially if you're not watching the other leagues. And if you're not watching the other leagues, well, then you're missing out on great footballers that we have around the world. And remember, we're in a time and age now where we're being able to consistently see these ladies day in and practically day out, internationally and domestically. So we have a lot more options we have a lot more ways to watch the women play around the world. And you know, in 2024, in my opinion, listen, the end of the popularity contest is over, because it's going to be so hard for them to convince us that they're a good player when we are seeing other players play better than them. You know, I don't care if you play for a big club, you're not good. You know what I mean? Like, especially if we see that you're not good, especially if we see you're not good. And then, like I said, here's the thing with the teams. Sometimes we're getting good players. They're being overshadowed for players that are less than them, and they're playing in Europe. And we're like, hold on, how are you missing out this girl? She's actually a good player. She fits the profile that y'all be upholding. She fits the things that you say, and you still overlook her. So the shadow government they're just so confused. It's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't overlook the good European players and then give us the poor ones. Like, it doesn't make you gotta, if you're gonna do strictly European players, make sure they're the best players, please. Like, you can't do that. But they can't convince the people that actually watch the game consistently. They can't convince me that this is the best. They can't convince me. I'm not convinced, and I'll never be convinced, because they don't be looking at the whole entire world. This is world football. This is not Europe football. It's world football. But anyways, back to Madrid and Real Madrid. It ended 2-1. All goals ended up being in extra time. 2 headers. You know, Real Madrid, y'all are in second place right now behind Levante, and I really hope that and here's the thing with Real Madrid, they're sitting at the bottom of the table in Group C. And Group C is a very tough group. I'm sorry, they're sitting at the bottom of the table in Group D, I think. It's Chelsea, Paris, Real Madrid, and who is that fourth team? Is it Hacken? So Real Madrid, they're sitting at the bottom of the table after, I think, 4 match days. And they got to improve. The ladies got to figure out how to gain that chemistry. Maybe they need to go out and hang out a little bit more, to start to enjoy playing with each other a lot more, and enjoy the game. Enjoy playing football for Real Madrid. And here's another thing. We got Atletico Madrid. We got Real Madrid. We got Madrid CFF. There's too many Madrids. There's 2 Levantes. First of all, just combine these teams and find the best players on these teams and make one team, because them having multiple teams with Madrid is ridiculous. Them having multiple teams with Levante, ridiculous. So, and technically, I would say them having 2 Manchester teams is ridiculous. It would be better to not make a big, especially if they're not. That league has 16, 17 teams in Spain. Same thing with the other leagues that have multiple teams in one geographical location. Stop doing that. Just make one team and find the best players in that location. It makes it even better for football. So that means people don't have to, I support this team, they're able to have one team that they support in that location. And I think it goes for a bigger supporting base than having to split them up. That's just in my opinion, that's just how I feel about it. But anyways, I hope Real Madrid improve. I did like for Madrid, number 9, Kandanji, she was good. She played a good game, but she needed more help. But Madrid was able to score, but it just wasn't enough. I thought they were gonna maybe get away with the draw, because I can understand if Real Madrid did get a goal back in extra time, but to get 2 goals back, maybe they were robbed a little bit. But Real Madrid, y'all got to step up the game. I understand that y'all have injuries, but you do, and I believe that you have talent, and I do believe that you have to continue to bring it out of you, but practice, and more chemistry, so we can actually see it. Because what I saw was ladies that, still not comfortable playing with each other, still don't understand, what moves my teammates is gonna make, maybe still a little too selfish, and they need more chemistry, they need more harmonious energies, and they got to continue to have that fighting spirit and understand, yes, Barcelona are dominating right now, but that does not mean that your time is not coming. So continue to work hard. Madrid and Real Madrid, continue to work hard, and I know we're going to see you at the top one day. All right, it's your girl Anita flying high, flying out of this third dimensional reality, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one. All right, deuces.